Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Dose of Dharma. This is your dose of Dharma for today. So, we have come to the end of the 5 blessings, Karabo, respect, Niwato, humility, Santuti, contentment, Katanyuta, gratitude and gratefulness, Kalina Dhamma Savanam, timely listening to the Dhamma. One thing a final note on this group of blessings is that as a final note for this group of blessings is that actually I have a deep experience that when one is staying within the monastic community, within the sangha, or within the monastery, one is able to cultivate these qualities and practice these qualities to a great extent that it becomes part of your life like this. But it has to be intentional. What I mean by intentional is that the development has to be intentional. It's not like you just go to a monastery and you just live the way you want, live the way you are, live the way you were before you went into the monastery. It's not like that. We go to monasteries in order to purify ourselves from defilements and also to cultivate these good qualities. For example, reverence and respect. So the monks, they pay respect to their seniors every morning. In some communities, they do that. And then whenever they met with someone who is a higher vasa, higher rank or more senior, then they will pay respect. So this kind of respect, it can be easily practiced in the monastery. And humility, if you want to stay there and learn and develop yourself and grow in the Dhamma, then we always make sure to have humility within us. We always try to make sure that we try to learn from everything, learn from everyone, learn from every issue, like that. So we have this kind of a humility, and it can be easily practiced in a monastic or a monastery setting. Contentment. So the monks, they are contented with whatever food that they receive, whatever cloth that they receive, whatever medicine that they receive, whatever dwelling that they receive. So this is a training for monks, which was prescribed by the Buddha, and you are able to practice it to a large extent when we stay in a monastery or in a monastic community. And finally, gratitude. For gratitude, when every day the monks depends on the lay people for their food to sustain themselves and to be free from sickness. So whenever the monks receive food and medicine and some other requisites from the devotees, that is a great chance to practice gratitude for the monks. And it's also in the Vinaya, we have to eat with gratitude and receive the food with gratitude, like that. It's a training rule. So, and the Buddha formulated the Vinaya in such a way that monks have to depend on lay people for some things. So, and lay people depend on the monks for Dhamma and spiritual guidance, of course. It's a mutual dependence culture or system. So there are lots of times and opportunities for monastics to feel grateful for. To feel grateful for the wonderful atmosphere and environment that the monastery is in. To be grateful for the food that we receive. To be grateful for the weather. To be grateful for fresh air. So it is in this kind of settings that gratitude can be practiced to a large extent, and gradually it becomes part of the person's, the yogi's character, and they will be able to reap the benefit of his blessings. and timely listening to the Dhamma. So when you're staying in a monastery or when you're a monastic, you have access to a lot of good teachers and very good and well experienced venerables who might have gone through the same problem, or they may have helped others to solve that same problem that you have. So when we are in a setting like this, in a monastery or in a monastic community, then it is very easy for us to have timely listening to the Dhamma. Whenever our defilements burn our asses, then that is the time we look to our seniors and our teachers or other well-developed fellow monastics, fellow yogis, for some questionings and for some understanding of how they would approach that difficulty from their point of view, right? So, and also usually in a monastery, and there will be routine talks. So these are all timely listening to the Dhamma, so which can be practiced to a large extent in a monastery or in a monastic community, which is very good, like that. That is why some yogis in Sri Lanka, whenever they recite this stanza, Garavocha Nivatocha Santuticha Katanyuta Kalina Dhamma Savanang Etang Mangala Mutamang. Whenever they recite this, some of them, they're so touched and so grateful for the kind of life they have in the Sri Lankan forest monastery, that they sometimes they shed a tear. They're so touched by the opportunity to be able to live like that, to be able to practice what the Buddha say, this kind of good blessings for the human life. So I hope this is final note is encouragement to all the listeners. May you be able to find a place, or if you cannot find a place, no problem. Practice it at the very now and every moment. But if there's a conducive environment, it's good. So may all of us be able to practice these 5 blessings, no matter where you are, in the monastery or at home or at work. And may I wish all of you to be well, peaceful and happy, and may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain path, fruition and nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.